Hello, my name is Mike Watt, and I am talking to you again from an empty room. Uh, Today, I want to talk to you about our ongoing digest, Exploitation Nation. This has been a labor of love for us since 2017. In 2017, around that time, I was working on a bunch of publications I didn't believe in that were stifling me with the there was no real give or take with anything, and I wanted to talk about something with substance. We had this whole network of what I call displaced authors, people who were working for some amazing publications like Video Watchdog and Shock Cinema, people who would do deeper dives into film. Ultraviolet, Art Enninger's Ultraviolet, I really enjoyed because he and his authors go the extra mile. They dive deep into a story or the history. They like the journey. So I stole most of the people from Ultraviolet magazine and brought them over to Exploitation Nation. That's not fair. They still work for Ultraviolet, but they work for me. Ali Melling is currently my editor. Ryan Hose is our layout artist and has been since issue 3, I think. When I first started out, just a call to arms so I could feel like a real journalist again. When Film Thread had gone away, Cinema Fantastique had gone away, Femme Fatales is long gone. I felt I really want to go back to film criticism and film journalism. Stuff that I had started with Movie Outlaws. So that's where Exploitation Nation came in. Ken Light, our good friend who we see at Cinema Wasteland, had recommended I do a series of books like a guide to lesbian vampire movies and a guide to cryptids and that sort of thing. He thought that they would sell really well as digest. So I took that and I took his challenge, because that's certainly what it became. I took the title from my good friend, my late friend Andy Kopp, who had a blog titled Exploitation Nation, and he was doing the sort of writing that I, again, wanted to do. The cover of Exploitation Nation 1 was pretty much, it was a no-brainer, because back in 2005, Amy pitched the story for what was going to be our lesbian sellout movie, and instead we reworked it into a female empowerment story about lesbian vampires versus the IRA. And it came out, it's on Tubi. And that's where this image comes from. This was an outtake that shot by David Cooper for the cover of A Feast of Flesh, originally put out by Camp Motion Pictures. This is Amy as Elizabeth, and Elizabeth Bathory, and this is Sophia Smirnova, who plays, I think her character's name was Zora. It's been a long time since I've seen this, but this was our vampire film. Ryan Hose did this great job of reworking the original photo, and he also did the logo up here, which I really enjoy. We did start with lesbian vampire movies, and it is a digest filled with, let's see, I reworked interviews that I had done with Clive Barker and Mary Mara and Rebecca Arl for Cinema Fantastique. I just needed some content at this point. The contributors for this one were William Wright from Penny Blood and Douglas Waltz. My friend Bill Homan wrote a very disturbing short story for this. He gave it to me. He had written it years ago. And my good friends, Mike Householder, Dr. Rhonda Bogman, and Bill Adcock, they all came aboard and they contributed a great deal of insight into this thing, including William's interview with Diane Thorne, which is has a great deal of meat to it as well. Here's the Clive Barker interview with Saint Sinner that I did. I talked to Clive while he was stuck in traffic during this interview back in, I want to say 2002, I think, 2001 maybe, when I was working for CFQ. So yes, I had to reprint a bunch of things just to get the content and just to get it to what this issue came out to, 88 pages. And this was just done on the fly. This was done while I was working a day job. The great thing about having worked in film, in the film industry and in the publishing industry for so long, is I could call those people that I said, at Bill Adcock and Mike Householder, and say, I'm putting a new publication together. What do you have for me? And instantly there were a bunch of pitches, and I knew I could rely on them, and I've been able to rely on them, a lot of these people, consistently over the next couple of issues. Over the next couple of installments, I'm going to talk about each and every issue. So if you don't like it, no one's holding a gun to your head. Watch something else. But I'm going to talk about Exploitation Nation. We have been trained too long, Generation X, to feel ashamed of our successes and our accomplishments. I refuse to do that, which is going to save my therapist some time because she's tired of going over it with me. So, there again, Exploitation Nation, and you can get this online at exploitation-nation.com. Talk to you again soon.